I ain't choose being player chose me. I leave niggas on. Let's start there. Moment of silence for Skinny Amount. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Amanda Michelle, and today I'm doing a mukbang with my friend Kimya, who is out here in LA for my birthday. Period. So I'm treating my girl. Well, not treating her because she paid for her own food, but I'm showing her. We got a LA special. This is Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles. If you haven't had it before. So yeah, we're about to get right into the video. We're about to eat this and talk about toxic relationships. So get into it. Let's get a little cheers before we get started. Cheers. Cheers. So here are the wings and then the greens. And oh, they're still hot. Yes, I love their greens. The mac and cheese, and then we got yams as well. Okay, so I had to switch up our angle a little bit so you guys can see our food, but we are back and I'm ready to go ahead and try. I don't know, y'all know I need ketchup on my chicken. Look, I can't even talk about the toxic relationships yet. I'm too hungry. Should have had a little bite of chicken before I started this. Okay, let me just try a little something before I get started. Them greens be busting. I ain't gonna hold you. I like that green.
Just mac and cheese with a little salt.
I ain't never got nothing other than the greens. So, what everybody want to be in a toxic relationship these days. It's low key a trend. Like, I'm a little toxic, but you gonna love it here. I've been in a toxic relationship, and although it was cool, it damn near killed me. So there is nothing really good about a toxic relationship. What do you think? Like, toxic is like what makes a relationship toxic to you? What defines that?
These greens are good. What defines a toxic relationship to me is bad intentions.
That's hot.
Like, you're doing bad and you know you shouldn't be doing bad and you keep going back to it. I was in a toxic relationship. It was terrible.
So you said bad intentions, you keep going back to it?
When you know it's bad and you keep going back to it.
Toxic for me,
that's toxic.
It getting skinny. Getting skinny, beating your significant other up, punching walls, going through phones. If you got to do anything crazy while you're in a relationship, it's toxic. How healthy can it be to punch a wall? How healthy can it be to beat your significant other up? Because I used to punch my significant other. Kim can attest to that. I mean, I ain't gonna say I punched her, like beat her up, but we had a hole in my apartment wall because she pushed me into the wall and I punched her in the head.
It got pretty brutal.
You know, so all that to me kind of makes a relationship toxic. But it's like, I still wanted to be in that relationship, even though I knew how sick it was making me. Like, it's just something that draws you to staying in a toxic relationship.
Exactly. Knowing it's wrong, but you're still going back. Toxic.
I wanted to be with that girl. I didn't care how toxic it was. I was like, you know, this is unhealthy for me. I'm not only blacking out and fighting you. And when I say fight, we wasn't fist fighting, because she probably could have beat me up. I'm going to be honest. But she didn't, because she loved me. But that girl jumped the fence one time. How long, y'all?
Oh, I remember that like it was yesterday.
You couldn't get out the gate in my apartment without a car. She ain't had no car, and she couldn't take my car to run away. So she was like, fuck it.
She jumped the gate.
She jumped the gate. And Kim came.
I saw it. She jumped the gate.
And drove by us after I had went and got in my car to find the girl. Toxic. Kim drove by us and was like, oh, okay, just wanted to make sure y'all okay. That's my dog right there. Okay, so Kim, you say you've been in a toxic relationship. Y'all done heard me say a couple times, I got skinny. I got low self-esteem. I'll get into my story in a second, but how do you feel it affected you? Like, tell us a little bit about what the toxicity in a relationship did to you.
It changed me. It made me a completely different person. I didn't know I was different until after I got out. Yeah, it was okay. But it was terrible. Like, my friends didn't want to be around me. I didn't realize they didn't want to be around me until after the fact, but they wouldn't come around. They wouldn't be around. Because
your friends abandoned you while you was in a toxic relationship?
They didn't abandon me. They were still there.
Look.
They just didn't come over to the house.
They abandoned you. Hold on. Before you finish that, I just want to interject because you know I forget.
Yeah.
When people be in toxic relationships, they start avoiding their friends. Y'all hold on to that thought because I'm going to come back to that. You finish yours and then I'm going to come back to that.
So they wouldn't come over. Like, I invited my friend over to the house and the guy was just rude. And I'm like, I'm sorry, y'all. He just this way. And I was like, oh, okay. They stayed, never came back. And he would always be like, oh, invite your friends over, do this. And I'm like, don't nobody want to come over. And
so your friends stopped coming over because of the nigga, not because of how you act.
Right. No, it wasn't me. It was because of him. But he was toxic.
So you don't think you was toxic?
No. It wasn't me. I wasn't toxic.
I was a little toxic. What's your toxic trait?
My toxic trait? I don't know how to end things. Even when I know I should. And that's the toxic part. Because I'm so calm, I'm nonchalant, I just let shit ride.
But like, what do you be doing that will make somebody else? Because that's not something somebody would be like, that girl toxic. They like, she don't know how to end things. So what do you be doing that will make somebody think you toxic? Because I'm pretty sure somebody think you toxic.
I think it's the sneaky part in me.
There we go. There we go.
I don't know how to leave a relationship.
What do you be doing?
I think it's the sneakiness in me. I try to be real across the board.
That chicken pink right there, little thing.
I admire them.
It's fried, and yeah, so it's probably cool. Yeah, I'd be scared. Anyway, go ahead.
I try to keep everything copacetic, you know. So I try to let things ride, and I let stuff ride too much, even when I know I shouldn't. And
we're going back to the sneaky part. You done went back to the bullshit. You toxic trait, you be sneaky.
The toxic trait is that I'm sneaky. I'm a sneaky ass.
What you be doing?
So when I be done with somebody, in my mind I'm done. But in reality, niggas don't know how to be done. So I'll say, hey, I don't think this is working. And when I say I'm done, I'm done. But even if you don't think it's done, I'll still continue with you, like we're whatever. Then I go sneaky do whatever I want to do.
So that's what you mean by you need to just really be done if you don't.
Yeah, you gotta be done if you're done. But
and why you be holding
on? Different reasons. Sometimes sex. Sometimes mental. Sometimes financial.
Listen, it ain't never been financial for me, Jesus. I wish it was. I wish it was. I might still be in some relationships. No shade to y'all, baby.
That's all I say. And that's why. But it's very toxic. And I just let that shit ride on there. And I just be like, well, it's not me, it's you. It be them too. I'm part of the toxic stuff, but they be terrible. They got their own bullshit.
So you think they be more toxic than you?
Yeah, because I've dealt with a few controlling people. That's very toxic.
Controlling is toxic, and I might be a controlling person, not on the level that she talking about, but I just get a little crazy. Like, it's only once the trust is broken that stuff becomes toxic. Like, I feel like I got in relationships with people who were toxic, and I became toxic. Because I don't think...
So you was feeding off their energy?
That I was toxic. Yeah, I feel like I was feeding off their energy. They was making me this way. Like, my ex would just do something like... I can't even describe how she was toxic, but she was. But she'll do something that'll just make me so mad, and then try to, like, run away or leave the situation when we in the middle of a conversation, and I black out. I black out before I know it, that she would pass my periphery, and I done lashed out on her. So I feel like you can enter a relationship not being toxic, but if that other person is toxic, you end up being toxic.
Energies.
You know?
I agree. Energies, you definitely feed off other people's energy. Some people's energy are stronger than yours, and so that toxic energy may have been dominant. So That's what she went off of. And then she became dominantly toxic.
Right, but I want the most toxic. Okay. So, getting a little more structure to this, do you think toxic relationships are more fun than relationships that are not toxic? I ain't never been in a relationship that wasn't toxic, so I don't know. Do you think so?
I was in a relationship that I feel wasn't toxic when I was in college. I don't think that relationship was toxic.
I don't think so either. I know exactly who you're talking about. That was a good relationship.
I think
she
it
should have
was
kept
too.
that young man.
So, from that relationship to my previous, my other relationships, I do think that toxic relationships are fun. They are. I was in a relationship with a guy, and one of my friends used to tell me, Kim, you better chill out. You living life on the edge. And he gonna take you over the edge with him because he living life on the edge too. And I was just like, we'll be okay. It's okay. And every time I would stop, I would go back in. And then he fucking drug us off the motherfucking cliff.
So this chicken okay right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't be no. I can't take no chance.
So to answer your question, yes, toxic relationships are.
How was your toxic relationship fun? I feel like she giving a bullshit answer. Y'all don't know what she talking about, dude. How was your toxic relationship fun? What was fun about it? What made a toxic? Like, what about it was toxic, and what about that made it fun?
I was messing with a man that I shouldn't have been messing with.
Okay.
And we had to sneak and hide.
That's fun.
And that's
Love a little secret.
That's what made it fun. Not to say that my relationship that wasn't toxic wasn't fun. It just gave it an extra thrill.
It'd be the thrill.
It's the thrill that gets you over. It's just like,
bitch, it would have killed for me. That relationship like to kill me. It wasn't no thrill about none of that. None of the toxic part of my relationship was a thrill. So I probably need to try out a different toxic. I was poisoned. I feel like I was being poisoned daily. Like, Lord, help me. Cleanse my body. I'm sick. I'm skinny.
You were skinny.
I'm reacting. Moment of silence for Skinny Amount. That girl was skinny.
Y'all, I didn't even notice it. We didn't notice it until after, and I was like,
But I noticed it during when everybody was like, y'all, if y'all ain't watching my blog, Overcoming Insecurity, people was like, what up, Amanda? Your ass skinny. Hey, Amanda, damn, you done got skinny. Girl, you need to lose no more weight. I'm like, bro. Okay.
I think I just didn't notice because I was seeing her every day.
Probably because she had toxic eyes. Toxic eyes couldn't recognize that I had got skinny.
I wasn't in a toxic relationship then.
My ex was looking at me like I was normal, so like everything was fine. Like, girl, I was so toxic. Well, shit had got so crazy that I had find my iPhone for my significant other iPhone. Because I'm going to text you and be like, where you at? And if it don't match, we'll find my iPhone say.
It's a fucking problem.
But they don't know why it was a problem because I wasn't finna leave. I was just gonna snap. I just need to know. That was the thing about me. I had to know. That's why I become toxic. And she thought that was so crazy. Like, you going through my phone, you beat me up out of my sleep. Go through my phone. Yeah. You cheating? Yeah, that's what you do. When you cheat on me, the consequences follow. Why you think maybe you are toxic?
What? I'm just thinking about some stuff that I did.
Like what?
Like strangling niggas alone, even though I know I didn't want to be with them. That's probably pretty toxic.
I ain't choose being player chose me. And I walk and I talk like a pimp because I am. I'm just saying.
Hey.
I leave people on too. But not the people that I was in toxic relationships with. I leave niggas on. Let's start there. I was in toxic relationships with women. I don't leave women on. I tell them the truth. That what women want is the truth. What do you think the difference? With you being in relationships with men, girl, I can't even stop eating. And be all like saying, they green good to me. They ain't good to you?
No, they are. They're good. They are.
I was in toxic relationships with women. And I'm just curious to know if it's like different being in a toxic relationship with a man, because the things that a woman did, a man might not do. Like the little stuff. I mean, she was cheating or whatever, but it was the attitude for me that was toxic. It was the turnaround and sour. I used to call this girl Sour Patch. Like, first they're sour, then they're sweet. She could be the sweetest little thing on earth, but when she was sour, it was insane. So, like, I'm just curious to know what men do that's toxic behavior, because this word is just kind of trendy. Yeah, they might not even be toxic, but we just saying it is.
So from the male side, what I feel like I get often is, oh, baby, I care about you so much. I do this, and they give you all these words, and then boom, their actions are completely different.
That sounds like a liar.
And that's toxic.
Capper. That is toxic. Can dick be toxic?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What's toxic? What that toxic dick like? She done sat back, y'all. What that toxic dick like?
So,
I want some of it. Where is it? How much does it cost?
it's free and it's out there. Whew. Toxic dick. Okay. This man, same man who drove me over the cliff, and we jumped together. Well, he jumped and then I fell with him because I was crazy. Because he toxic, and I was speeding into that shit because it was so thrilling. It was a rush. That shit had me going crazy. But it was amazing. Oh God, I was doing whatever. We was having sex behind stores. I got head in the parking lot of Walmart while people was walking by.
That sound freaky to me. Y'all just sound like some freaks. Damn. But you were like fiending for that dick.
I would be.
That is kind of toxic.
I would be.
Because I ain't never fiend for no
I would be like,
no pussy.
he was talking to somebody, and I was upset. And I knew then that it was a problem. And it was...
So your behavior changed?
My behavior didn't change, but I would be upset if I saw him talking to somebody else.
And then what you
And
do?
that's not good. I would say, do you think this is a motherfucking game? Right, that was his look. And I'm like, don't
That's
fucking play with
why
me.
yes, I do.
Don't fucking play
I
with
actually
me.
did think it was a game.
Yeah, but I would nip all that shit and do it. So he probably went and snuck and did other shit behind my back, which is toxic because he could have just been honest.
Okay, so toxic dick had you going crazy, having sex anywhere. That's what that sound like. But
In your uncle house, in your grandma house.
okay, so since we're talking about toxic relationships and we saying we stay in toxic relationships, why do you think we stay in them, or how do you get out of them? I'll go first and then I'll let you go.
Okay.
So, baby, I didn't think I was gonna ever get out that relationship. Even when I was out the relationship, I still didn't think I was gonna get out this situation. I was down bad. I was a little drug fiend. Like, I hadn't never been addicted to nothing in my life like how I was addicted to that. So, honestly, I love the Lord so much and I worship God so much because he saved me from that toxic relationship. I could not save myself, and he came down and swooped your girl right up out that relationship. It took some time for me to get over that, to get over my patterns of always wanting to know where my significant other was, of feeling like I owned her, or feeling like she was obligated to me. Honestly, when people break up, you broke up. The relationship is done. But I just could not understand how I had been robbed of a life. And so it took God pulling me out of a toxic relationship with a soul tie to finally see it for what it was and be like, okay, I can get out of this. I remember the relationship being so bad, like so toxic. I had no peace that when my significant other went to jail, I slept like a baby that night. I was thinking like, maybe they should stay in jail a little bit longer. This is the most peace I've had in months. Like, because in jail, I knew
Nobody could get to it.
nobody could get to her. She ain't doing nothing. She ain't doing nothing but calling my phone, trying to see when she gonna be able to get out. I'm gonna be able to come get her. And of course, I'm baby, I'm gonna come get you. And who else gonna come get you?
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, this just made me think of a situation that happened real quick. This how toxic we was. This girl went to jail. Went to jail because she got caught. I'm telling her business. I'm sorry. Went to jail because she got caught doing some shit on campus. She ain't had no business, but got caught with a girl that I knew she was kind of messing with, or thought she might have been messing with. I done read the incident report because I worked in their office. So I'm like, she was with who? She in jail. I go get her from jail, and I pick her up and we into it immediately. She like, I could have had somebody else come get me.
Toxic.
You don't even know nobody else's phone number. 5 years later, we been broke up. If this girl go to jail today, she probably still call me. Like, that's how toxic we was though. Like, I done came and got you, and we ain't even got back home yet. We in the car into it. I ain't brought up the girl because, you know, I don't want to argue every day. Because I ain't that toxic, but, baby, whatever she was feeling towards me, she was jail. I love you, girl. Because I don't want you to think. I be talking down on her. But it is what it is.
The truth is the truth.
That was my story, bro. So it is what it is. It ain't no love lost, nothing like that. But anyway, what do you want to say about toxic relationships?
Oh, how to get out of them. That was the question. Okay. So, how I get out of my toxic relationships is a process. Well, it's two. Because one I had was a different type of toxic relationship. It was one that wasn't a soul tie. So, it was easier for me to just remove myself. And that was just pretty simple. I was like, I'm done. Now it's just done. Now, my other toxic relationship, which wasn't my fault, was hard to get out of. And I had to build my mind up. So getting out of toxic relationships are for the strong-minded.
So you think it's easier to get out of a toxic relationship when you're the toxic person?
I think it's easier when your emotions are different. So I feel like depending on your feelings in the relationship will decipher how you're able to get out of the situation. So in one of my relationships that was toxic, I didn't really care for the person. I knew it was bad, but other situations had me staying there for different reasons.
So you'll be in something toxic even though you ain't really attached to it. You'll still just be in a toxic situation.
That was the one relationship that was toxic that I was in that I didn't really want to be in. That was just a one time only, this particular situation I'm speaking of. Now the other situation, cared, in love, crazy about, mesmerized, very hard. I mean, like, I would say, like, hey, this is bad. I don't think we should be doing this. This is not good for you. This is not good for me. We'll stop for 3 months.
So during a toxic relationship, y'all discussed that y'all are actually toxic.
It was me. I would discuss, like, I think yes, we would discuss it, but I was the only one who was saying, like, this is bad. But he was like, no, we're fine. I love you. It's okay. And I'm like, but we have A, B, and C going on, which is not good. And we shouldn't be doing it. So I feel like getting out of toxic relationship is for the strong-minded. If I was a weak bitch, I'd still be there. I got a little message the other day.
I was a little weak.
Of a couple songs, I guess, that reminded him of me. And he sent them to me.
Toxic. Don't send me no song. You know I like that.
And I listened to him and I was like, oh,
that's toxic.
Right message, wrong nigga.
Let's talk about some toxic messages that people send. So you said he sent you a song and wants you to listen to it. Some people send me toxic stuff like, you know I'm fucked up. You know I love you. You know I want to do right. I just can't. I need you in my life. That's toxic. Leave me alone. You know I care about you. And
that's it. It's that feeling. That feeling is what keeps you.
Put yourself first. Choose you. Because them toxic motherfuckers is choose. I say I don't curse no more. I've been cursing this all the time. Sorry. These toxic people are choosing themselves.
You know another one? You know, I just been thinking about you. No. I just been thinking about you.
Finish.
I just want to know how you doing, but, you know, just saying, hey, I ain't want nothing.
Basically, them future memes.
Them future memes.
hey, I know it's a pandemic and COVID is going around and it might get you. I wish I could have got you. Be safe. Don't write me. Listen. Sick of it.
I enjoy it. I mean, still.
I want to no, I don't. I want to be in a relationship that is healthy. I want to have healthy practices. I want to not feel like I'm sick. When I was in a toxic relationship, I felt sick. You know, not like but like something was not right. I was not healthy. I mean, besides me losing weight, my mind was not healthy. Emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, I was ill. And it's just like, save yourself. Get out of a toxic relationship if you're in it. It is toxic. You ain't finna go jump in no toxic pool.
You won't.
You ain't gonna be like, oh, that might be fun. Let me jump in that and watch your skin burn off. So
think about it. Get out of it. When you realize it's bad, if you think like, oh, this might not be it, that's your gut feeling. That's that intuition.
my stomach be lying because I be knowing I just ate. Y'all saw me just eat. I'm hungry. Did y'all see me just drift off into space right then? I'm trying to think about what else could I eat. I ain't eating nothing but chicken and greens though. This food was on a scale of 1 to 10. I give it a 7.
4.
I ain't eat what she ate. I did not taste that macaroni and cheese.
Macaroni and cheese.
The yams was okay. We from the South. The yams was okay. The greens good to me. These ain't the best batch of greens they done had, but the greens taste good to me.
I agree. The greens weren't like boom, but they were.
The chicken be fire. But the chicken, girl, don't speak. This video about to end, y'all. We about to have us some drinks. Anyway, this is the end of my first mukbang. We chit-chatted a little bit about toxic relationships. I might give y'all a story time for real about my experience of being in a toxic relationship. But what really stood out to me during this video is that I really don't know what toxic is. Like, we done just coined that word, and this whole time I was trying to figure out, like, what really was just toxic?
It's
like,
a lot of different shit.
And so it just can't be labeled, but it ain't fun. So stop saying, oh, I like that toxic shit. I get what y'all saying. I get it, but
y'all
nah, you want counsel? Do you want counsel? Because that's what it is. So anyway, I'm about to end this video. Thank you, Kim, for coming on with me. It was fun. Maybe I'll do more videos like this. We'll see. Tune in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so you don't miss no video. Why I couldn't think of it. Miss no videos. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at It's Amanda Michelle, and also follow Kim at
K_MECHELLE.
I thought she was gonna say the name so I could be like, it's Amanda Michelle, and it's
K Michelle.
Michelle. Her name's Michelle. Anyway, we are signing out. So
adios.